Souness, there was to be no vengeance for Juventus. Once again, they must accept defeats to a very special team, and Graeme Souness, a very special player.
I said it, was it half-time I said it, I think. For all the kids out there watching, relish these moments, because there's not another Ronaldo on the horizon. I mean, he is such a unique player that we're really enjoying this. And this is him sort of in the twilight of his career, if you like, coming up with a goal like the second goal tonight. Just on a stage like that, in such an important time of the game like that, that's what separates the men from the boys. They decide the big games. They're just a unique footballer. And it was so nice to see the Italian crowd applaud him as well. It's an absolute delight. Absolute delight.
It was a lovely moment, that, and even there you saw with Buffon, who again must be heartbroken. It doesn't look like it's going to happen for him in the Champions League, but when you just be beaten by a goal like that,
I know.
What can you say?
How many times over the last 5 or 6 years have we said he's peaked? You know, he's not necessarily. We know he probably isn't the same player he was 10 years ago, and dazzling skills and beating players. Yes, he isn't that type of player, but he decides big games. That goal tonight, it's right up there. He scored some incredible goals. That's right up there with the very best, and that's up there with the very best goal you'll ever see in world football in the Champions League. That is just a sensational finish, and he's just producing season after season, even at his age.
Yeah, I think I said before the game, I said these games are decided by someone making a mistake or one of the special players doing something very special on the night. But we've got all of that tonight. We've got all of that. But I come back to it, you know, relish these moments. You know, make the most of it, because he ain't going to be around forever. He is playing a different type of football now. You know, he's trying to conserve his energy for the burst in the box where it matters. And he's coming up with the goods time and time again. He's getting the goals. You know, when you have someone like that in your team, you don't have to be at your best to win games. You don't have to be at your best to win trophies, because he will pull something out of the hat. He will pull the rabbit out of the hat when the games are tight.
And is that the difference? Is that what makes the great players great? Is nights like this, is a Champions League quarter-final?
I know there's great players, and then there's a handful of players that have played football. I think for me, it's beyond great. You know, he's in the. I put Messi in there. He's in there. You got to have Maradona in there. You got to have Pelé in there. You know, there's been fabulous, great players that we've all seen and would all say what a pleasure to watch. And then there's a handful of players that supersede that, and he comes into that category for me.
And how much is it to add to his talents and his ability that we saw as a young player? You touched on it there, Kevin, the way he's changed as a player, the way he seems to improve as a player, and that at 33 he's still deciding big games like this. Big
moments, big games. Graeme touched on conserving energy at times. Yes, he doesn't necessarily fit into the team ethic from a defensive point of view, but they know that he's the outball. He conserves his energy for the right moments, for the key moments in games, and that is why he's now, over the last 2 or 3 years especially, deciding games with big moments at key times. You see in the first half, Graeme touched on at half-time, he didn't really do an awful lot besides get the goal. What did he do? He only scored the goal. He's decided a game with one moment, and then the second, decided the half, one moment, and the second goal, it's just genius.
If you drew 2 lines from the 18-yard box he's attacking to the halfway line, that's the area he plays in. He doesn't go into his own half. He plays from the halfway line, and if you ran 2 lines, the 2 parallel lines from the 18-yard box, that's where he plays. And he can still come on with it.
I played against him when he was a winger. Playing against him as a winger, and he's got all the dribbling skills. He wants to beat, he wants to come back, nutmeg you. Now he's so direct, and he's so, I said, the influence that he has on games, but so direct with his movement, just getting himself between the middle of the goals constantly.
I see you taught him a thing or two.
Oh, well, don't know about that, Tommy, don't know about that.
Thanks for the moment, chap.